know what you're leaving behind in order to gain. And we're all in preparation mode to get to our next. But if we're holding on things that's keeping us in the past, we're not going to get there. We're going to stay in this middle zonage of, do I want to go over there? Do I want to stay over here? Do I want to go over there? Do I want to stay over here? We're not allowing ourselves to be pushed or propelled into our next, because we are actually sinking into our now, in our quicksand. We're moving and we're stuck. We're kind of like in this motion of like, I don't want to continue on because I'm unsure. I don't want to move forward because I'm unsure. And it's no time. Right now is not the season to be unsure. Right now is the season to know, to want better, to do better, and to continue to pour onto self. So I'm hoping that you guys are having a blessed Wellness Wednesday and you're creating a happiness in your life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So if you need a moment this week for just you, please take your hour a day. Please take your peacefulness. That's what I call it, peace time. Take your peace time so you can continue to rise above things that may be keeping you in a space of uncertainty, not being able to hear, not being able to see, not being able to feel. We need to be able to adapt to our senses and our spiritual senses growing, because if we're continuing to water in ourselves and we continue to grow ourselves, we have to know that there's change is going to come. Change is coming. Change is near. You are creating the change because you're making active change by choosing to do things differently on a daily basis, right? So of course you have to expect some type of change is coming, because you're no longer that version of yourself. You're no longer keeping yourself in that cycle or in that replay of things that you might have done, because you have healed and you've moved forward. You're no longer playing the games that you used to play. You're no longer entertained by things that you used to be entertained by. You're like, I don't even identify with that. I don't like you. Well, I don't like that. I don't like you right now because you're doing stuff that I no longer identify with, right? So once you start disconnecting from the things that you don't like, you notice that the things around you change, because you want better, you do better, and you start to see better, you start to walk better, you start to talk better, you start to notice that because you're eating healthier, your skin is clear. Because you're drinking more water, you have a better metabolism or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're making active changes, changes are actively happening. So go ahead and read our book, Proverbs, today. It's called Wisdom's Worth. My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, listening closely to wisdom and directing your heart to understanding, furthermore, if you call out to insight and lift your voice to understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it like hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and discover the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up success for the upright. He is a shield for those who live with integrity, so that he may guard the paths of justice and protect the way for his faithful followers. And then you will understand the righteousness, justice, and integrity, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will delight you. Discretion will watch over you, and understanding will guard you. It will rescue you from the way of evil, from anyone who says perverse things, from those who abandon the right paths, who walk in ways of darkness, from those who enjoy doing evil and celebrate perversion, whose paths are crooked and those ways are devious. It will rescue you from a forbidden woman, from a wayward woman with flattering talk, who abandons the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her ways to the land of the departed spirits. None return who go to her. None reach the path of life. So follow the way of good and keep the path of righteousness, for the upright will inhabit the land, and those of integrity will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the treacherous ripped out of it. So that's actually, with reading those words, that actually confirms what wisdom is. You make better decisions. When you are actively seeking better, you're making choices to do better. You're making choices to have better understanding and to have more insight, and to know that you're growing in your faith. You're growing in your walk. You're growing in your heart space. You're allowing God to change you because